Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
If you like dystopian visions of the future, showing is how technology will come to manipulate us, you probably know Black Mirror. There have been 2 series on Channel 4, and later this week it is coming back for a 3rd series, but this one on Netflix. It has been compared to The Twilight Zone. Each episode is a self-contained story with its own characters and plot twist, but they do all seem to share a mix of satire and paranoia of technology. Well, the series was created by Charlie Brooker, who is with me. Very good evening.
Hello.
Do you worry about like technology, sort of smartphone addiction and all that kind of stuff?
I mean, I worry about everything. So I'm a 360-degree worrier, and so technology is one of the things I worry about. I don't worry about technology per se so much as our inability to control these new superpowers that it's granting us. So I certainly worry about that.
The Black Mirror of the title is the black front of a mobile phone, right? Smartphone.
Pretty much, yeah. Any screen that's off that just reflects you. Yeah.
But the thing is, we have tended always to worry too much about things, haven't we? Didn't the Greeks say books were going to be the death of us and that kind of thing?
I wasn't around, but I dare say they did. I mean, people worried about the printing press. People have worried about every... I mean, I'm quite...
Hull the computer in 2001.
Exactly. But I tend to be quite... I'm quite geeky, so I love technology. I'm kind of an early adopter of lots of technologies. I suppose I tend to kind of worry out loud about the potential worst-case scenarios.
But it's the people you worry about more than the device. So yours isn't Hal the computer coming and taking us over as much as us kind of not understanding how to use this thing, which is a different...
Yeah, and I mean, and certainly in that particular story that you showed a clip from there, that's kind of about the inauthentic nature of our online selves, which makes it sound like a real barrel of laughs.
No, it's better than you make it sound.
Yes, good.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're personally, if you dropped out of social media or something, there's sort of, you dropped out of readers' comments on your articles. Was that the...
Didn't really drop out of readers.
You said, I don't like these comments.
No, I didn't do that. No, I got fed up with... I got fed up with writing columns generally, just because I've started feeling like there's so much extraneous communication and yap in the world. I didn't want to keep adding to the toxic...
subject. There's a cacophony, isn't there?
Yeah.
And technology, going back to the printing press, has made that possible, basically. It's too easy to say stuff, really.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't, that's not a negative, though, is it?
Well, I mean, it's just a lot of people shouting, isn't it? And columnists, how many columnists are there? I mean, they're just...
Well, there's too many. It's not like there's a columnist shortage. No,
is that why you sort of you withdrew a bit from your Guardian?
I did a bit just because I kind of felt that... it's not a good mindset for a columnist to be in, is thinking, oh, what's the point of saying it? What's the point of me saying anything? I've said enough. Yeah. That was sort of the point at which I got to.
It's so great to hear you say that, because I have that feeling all the time.
What, because you were fed up with me talking?
No, I'm fed up with me. So let's go on to satire, because you're also a satirist.
I hate that word.
Every day on my Facebook timeline, I have people saying, satire's dead, look at what Donald Trump has said, or something like that. Is satire dead? Is politics now so ridiculous that
it's impossible
you can't be funny anymore?
It's difficult to get a foothold on. I think it's so slippery and ridiculous. You would never create a character like Donald Trump, because no one would find it plausible. So it's certainly difficult. But I mean, I don't know. So I don't think of myself as a as a satirist. It's a word I'm slightly allergic to.
But you're a funny guy and you write about politics and you sort of...
I don't know that I do write about politics so much as I tend to... When I'm doing like the wipe shows that I do, I'm kind of, in my head, I'm reviewing the news as though it's just another entertainment show. And I'm a viewer being appalled by this grotesque soap opera I'm watching.
I wonder whether we I mean, maybe I love satire, you know, all in favour of it. Have we been, if you like, debasing our political culture by mocking these people who have to make the difficult decisions that we kind of talk about on this programme? And we make it very difficult for them. We make it difficult for them. That's our job. But, you know, you make it difficult for them. Have I got news for you?
Makes it
makes us
difficult for
laugh at
people?
them. It makes us laugh at them, doesn't it? And we, in the end, come to think of them all as being a bit nincompoopish, don't we?
Yeah.
And then we end up with...
I'm trying to feel some pity.
No, but I'm just wondering whether you end up then with politicians, you know, who play on the fact that
We did a Black Mirror episode about a comedian who controls a cartoon bear that runs for office after it becomes a sort of an anti-politics celebrity. And it's certainly, you can see, and that was loosely based on Boris Johnson in a way, because he became a sort of figure through appearing on Have I Got News For You and becoming a kind of a buffoon.
The comedian in Italy, the 5-star movement.
Beppe Grillo, yeah.
Yeah.
It's certainly, it's kind of like inoculating yourself to mockery, is to become kind of beyond mockery by openly sort of behaving like an oaf. So, but I don't think that's necessarily, that's not comedians' fault. That's not the fault of comedy.
Yeah.
Pin it on us.
Do we take offence too easily? Has that made it harder to write about stuff? People do take offence quite a lot, don't they?
People take offence quite a lot, or they profess to take offence. I don't know how much of that is genuine. I think there's a lot of that that's performative. But then, you know, generally speaking, I'm not. I'm kind of in favour of bearing people's sensitivities in mind to a degree.
Yeah.
Actually.
Now, I should ask you. It was on Channel 4. Now it's on Netflix.
What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
They said to us to go out and get some US co-funding if you want to carry it, because we can't afford to carry on making the show. And then we did, and then they couldn't agree that, like, there was sort of creative disagreement over how we were going about making it. So
I mean,
they had every opportunity, and they needed the money for that tent.
There are people who will say, yes, I was going to say, this is instant karma for
I think they was
Bake
just
Off.
saving for that big empty tent with the gales of despair blowing through it.
But you've got no beef with Channel 4. I mean, they were nice to you.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not furiously angry with Channel 4 or anything. No.
Charlie Brooker, thanks very much indeed.